Ram Power Days are here. Save up to $10,000 off the MSRP on a new Ram 1500 Quad Cab 4x4. Now just $28,995. Get more power at Burdick Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Drivers Village.
In about 2 months, SPCA officials may not be able to help out with animal cruelty cases like the one opened Wednesday on West Beard Place. Due to a change in funding, that care may soon be compromised in Syracuse.
We have to reevaluate our situation here and say, okay, we get calls from the city. We don't have any funding coming from the city. What do? We can't afford to go out there all the time and handle it.
Onondaga County no longer receives revenue from dog licensing fees. They now stay in local governments. Starting in 2012, the county will no longer fund the SPCA, which means $30,000 less per year. Now the SPCA is asking towns for funding. They say so far DeWitt, Clay, and Pompey have signed contracts to continue service, but not in Syracuse. If the SPCA doesn't get the funding from Syracuse, the burden of the nearly 1,500 calls the SPCA gets every year in the city would fall in the hands of the Syracuse police. And if that happens, Morgan says it's the animals that will suffer.
The bigger question is what's going to happen to the animals. You have a case where you have 50 to 70 cats in a household. If you think about it, who's going to come in? Are they going to have the city police go in there and remove them? I mean, there's no way they have time for that. It's a burden on them as far as I'm concerned. Unfortunately, who suffers is the animals.
The SPCA is asking for $10,000 from the city, a third of the funding deficit. SPCA board member Nick Pirro hopes the city will reconsider.
Members of the police department have talked to the SPCA and said, we hope we can solve this because we really would rather have you handling this type of stuff.
The mayor's office says while the city will not pay for it next year, they are open to reconsidering in the future. The city already contracts with the DeWitt Animal Hospital for the dog control division. Reporting in Syracuse, this is Brian Mueller.